Welcome to Cargo Insights TV. My name is Shreyansh Kohli, and we are here today at South Asia's biggest exhibition, ISES 2025. Today we have with us Mr. Nand Kishore from Move37 AI Technologies. How are you doing today, sir?
All good.
So my first question to you is that there's a lot of talk about digitization in the trade, but the implementation is not that well. So what do you have to say about that? What do you think?
I think the industry is just beginning, and we have tremendous scope as we go ahead in leveraging AI to solve the entire value chain, right from the importers, exporters to the clearing houses to the government portals, and then also eventually extending to the finances like banks and NBFCs. So there's a huge scope of leveraging the technology for automated processing of documents, automated application of business rules,
Right.
and then bringing the visibility to the entire ecosystem.
Okay. What do you think are the current implementations, something that we can start with right away?
I think documentation is one bit where there is a tremendous immediate scope available. It's complex, but the technology has evolved today to solve some of these complex problems only. And we are doing this with some of the players and already in the process of implementation, where complex documents like invoices, packaging list, bills of lading, bills of entry, a lot of these documentation we are able to process automatically, get the extracted data, and then
Right.
you can play around with the data the way we want.
Okay.
But the idea is to eventually bring the entire ecosystem onto the platform and solving all the steps in the process using AI.
Okay. So what do you think is the biggest problem? Because like I'm telling you, there's a lot of talk about AI and digitalization, but the implementation is not that well.
Yeah.
So what is the hiccup?
See, I think for any industry, the implementation journey has to start with the small baby steps. And I believe that right now we've been looking at a scenario where we're trying to solve all things together, but it would be right to pick up one part of the leg.
Right.
Like we've picked up the automation of the document processing, pick up one process step, automate that, and then move on to the next in terms of horizontally expanding and covering the entire chain. What we see today as a challenge is that we look at a business case and we look at the profitability from day one,
Right.
get deterred by the initial investments and costs required, but that should not be the case. If you are able to narrow down the scope, solves one particular problem which is giving you some bit of efficiencies, etc., and then the journey starts. So getting the first step going is the biggest hiccup that I traditionally see across industries. And we've worked with BFSI, we've worked with back offices. So what the industry is facing is very similar. It's not different from what the other industries have gone through.
Do you mind sharing some numbers, as in what return on investment do people normally get? In the sense that, if, for example, if somebody is to invest into this kind of technology,
Yeah.
what is it that they can expect from it?
See, I believe, and we've done, I come from the background where I've been in BFSI, I've been in IT industry like IBM, etc. But typically the benchmark with the automation is that 30% is your base case scenario, right? Anything that you're doing less than 30% saving doesn't make sense. But yes, with AI, these numbers can go into triple digits also, right?
So
In terms
30% is like the baseline.
the
This is the most
baseline,
minimum.
the most
Okay.
minimum. If you're talking on the cost side,
Yeah.
30% of your total cost of operations for that particular process. And I'm looking at the entire cost, not just saying that manpower replacement, but all things associated, the IT
Yeah,
cost,
yeah.
the admin cost. But 30% of your total cost of operations should get saved by leveraging technology, be it AI or be it like simplistic automation. But that's the base case scenario which should happen, kick in when you go live with any particular project. And we are pretty confident that we should be able to deliver numbers which are higher. But let me not put up,
Right.
that now.
Yeah.
But I think another month and a half, we should be able to come back with case studies
Right.
where in the industry of customs and cargo trade, what are the benefits that we've been able to deliver.
Okay. Well, now we'll move on to the next segment. That is a rapid fire round.
Yeah.
I'll ask you 5 questions and you will have 5 seconds to answer each of them.
Okay.
Let's keep the answer short and concise. All right?
Sure.
All right, let's begin. First question is one word colleagues would use for your leadership style.
Mentor.
Mentor. All right. Guidance that proved true over time.
Guidance that proves. Keep knocking the doors. Don't assume them to be closed.
Okay, that's good. Do you prefer growth or control?
Growth.
Speed or stability?
Both.
Okay. One last question. What is that one lesson you wish you had learned sooner in life?
Life is all grey. When we come out of colleges and schools, we are more coming out with a black and white, but life is all grey.
Okay. Any message you have for the audience? Maybe some young person who's watching this. What message would you have for them starting early out in their career?
Keep exploring, keep knocking the doors. There are a lot of times we assume, and I'm coming from a very recent experience where we assume that one particular industry, I'll not name it, has a lot of investments in terms of data science,
Yep.
business intelligence teams, and we assume that the industry would not need it because they already have it in terms of investments, etc. But then I was proven wrong because I got a couple of projects from the industry, and to my surprise, I assumed these will be solved, but they were not solved. So keep knocking the doors, keep exploring, and you never know what comes up your way. But always be inquisitive, always be exploring angle on, and keep the business hat on. It's great sometimes to get into doing, I'll do this initiative or that initiative, but at the end of the day, the business had to be there, has to be there, saying that it has to solve a tangible, or even if it is an intangible problem, it has to be some way get quantified. So
All right.
keep the inquisitive hat on and keep exploring.
Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Sure.
It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks for that.